go get them again.
Welcome back to the Rob Zoe channel. I'm your host, Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on the brand of Tiziana Terenzi, and this one called Delox. This is part of the big Fragflex haul there, and that haul has helped me delve more into the brand of Terenzi. I delved into it a little bit, but you know, I've been on YouTube for 10 plus, so we're getting close to 20 plus years here on YouTube, which is kind of scary, but it was a brand that I had minimal experience with. I owned one bottle for eons. I kind of stopped when I smelt the first one, which I really liked, and I owned a bottle, but it reminded me of Black Afghano. And then the more research I did on the brand, the more I kind of saw from others, again, from afar, that the brand identity, there is none. It's more of a, you know, it's a brand that is more inspired by, and for the price tag, you're kind of like, and I know at discounters these can be had for cheap, so I got to keep that in mind. But if it's inspired by a fragrance like a Mancera or a Montale, which this one we are going to get into, it's the same price tag. So it's basically what's your flavor, or what does it give you more than the other? So Tiziana Terenzi, sadly at this point, and I've tested probably, let's say, several now, so there is a lot more to discover, but no identity as a brand. And it's a family-run brand too, so it's kind of, you know, deep down in my heart, I'm kind of wanting this to succeed. I want this to have very positive reviews on my channel. The reviews on my channel don't deem it as a successful brand or not. I'm not kidding myself here that I have that much influence, but you know, it's a brand that I'm rooting for, we'll say, personally, and I wanted it to be a good niche brand, but the more I smell them, the more I feel like it's inspired by. So this one, if you go online, is highly compared, and it's basically, you know, when you see videos of this, you know, a fragrance and it's in a verses, a lot of verses on different fragrance channels, you start thinking, especially when you continue to see a brand in verses of this smells like this and this and which one's the best, you start kind of asking questions. So this one's compared to Intense Cafe by Montale. There's other cafe-based fragrances by Montale. There's none from Montale that, or their coffee-based fragrances, none that wow me enough. They have some good ones, but I felt Montale pushes their rose more than the coffee. Like, you can feel it, but I wanted more from them. I mean, it was more, Intense Cafe was more rose-centric than anything than a coffee-based scent. So I was not a huge fan of it. I liked the DNA, but not enough to go hard on it and purchase a bottle and really love the fragrance. So I wanted more coffee. So let's see where this one takes me. Is it rose-centric? I'm gonna let you know, obviously as per my nose. This one gets a lot of love within the fragrance community. I know that they are part of the Free Bottle Brigade. I don't know if this one was part of that. I didn't do that much research, but at the end of the day, if you do enjoy a fragrance reviewer that beats to his own drum, you know, I'm not part of the Free Bottle Brigade. I'm not going to sugarcoat my thoughts on a fragrance. If it smells like something, I'm going to tell you. If you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you're subscribed or not. I really appreciate that, to have my ugly mug with the rest of the influencers so someone can actually get a true blue fragrance review on a fragrance. Much appreciated. Now, let's get into Delox. Extrait de Parfum. Let's open her up. Let's take a look at the notes first. And as you can see, actually lots of floral. So not a red flag, but I'm like, okay, this might go floral more than coffee. There is coffee in it, obviously. Some notes that I'm looking at here: amber and honey, vanilla, Pompanax. Those are ones that I'm going to be keeping my nose on, pun intended. So let's open this one up, and oh, it's a gold bottle one. I've never seen one in real life. I've seen them on videos. Obviously, I own the square black bottles. You know, I've delved into Terenzi a bit, but I haven't seen one of these. And these booklets are awesome. Like, if it's one thing that they do really well, is marketing, packaging, all that. I really feel like Terenzi the back end of it, you know, the little details are really great. And these books are awesome. It tells you about their candles, which they're known for. They're really known for their candles. But yeah, their whole line is in there. So this is super, you know, if you're a huge sampler like I am, this is just godsend because it tells you a lot of stuff now. It's not like stuff that you can't find on Fragrantica or anything like that, but it comes from the source. So you can really see what notes are in every single fragrance. The backstory, if you're into that, I'm not. It's like a big fantasy, but anyway, they tell you what they feel like the fragrance should be all about. So it's kind of interesting. I like that. This bottle is, oh, it's a leather, like a pleather. Yeah, and this feels like it's light, so it must be wooden cap, which they're known for their wood stuff. So I wouldn't be. It's painted black. I don't know if this is because of the returned product, but I just noticed that this cap is not doing it for me. And again, it might just be, and again, it's my first one with these gold bottles, so I don't know. Anyway, I like the look of these. I like the black and gold accents, and they also have a small cap here for travel, so you don't need to put this one on, but this is concerning. We'll keep that in mind on future videos with these gold bottles. So let's delve into it. I have my strip. I am going to wear it as my scent of the day, but let's put it on strip. What was that? Okay, it got better. It must have been, you know, it's been sitting for a while as a returned product perhaps, and it was just like a half spray. I get it. Okay, let's sniff it out. Yeah, rose and coffee. Yeah, immediately intense cafe type of quality, Montale quality. So, and again, the internets can be wrong, but I agree with the internet right now as far as the quality goes and the imagery of what this fragrance is all about. Coffee. The coffee here is synthetic in a way, like almost chocolatey coffee. I mean, it reminds me of the coffee in the Mugler there, pure coffee from Amen. Remember when they had that pure coffee? And the coffee itself wasn't, you know, it's not on kerosene level, right? Kerosene has this great coffee-based fragrance follow. That is coffee. That's amazing. This goes in that territory of Amen pure coffee, where the coffee has a chocolatey hue to it. It's nice, but it's not what you're looking for a coffee head like me. So this one was released in 2017, so it has some years behind it. So yeah, it's sweet, it's gourmand, it has, it's a rose-based, coffee-based fragrance. So you have to like that DNA. And I'm kind of warming up to that DNA. I didn't like it at first, like years ago when they first started doing these Montale's coffee-based fragrances with a heavy rose. And this cap is bothering me. I wonder if anybody else has a trouble with these gold black caps, but yeah. So it is rose centric, but I feel, and again, Intense Cafe, it's been a while, and I remember that one faintly. Obviously, I'd remember it if I had a bottle and it came in and I smelled it again, and I would have an aha moment. But this really does remind me of that. And I feel like the coffee and the rose is more 50-50 here. As I felt like the Montale was 70 rose, 70%, 30% coffee. So there's a little bit more of a blend of, they're sharing the idea. As per the Montale, it was more like if you're a coffee head, you might get disappointed. I feel more coffee out of this one, and it might be that amber glow, that honey, that vanillic tendency that's really trying to help that gourmand side of things, to try to take a bite out of the rose, basically, and try to bring down the rose. Like, go like, okay, you know, we know you're there, but we want this to be something else. But it really does remind me of a Montale fragrance. If you blindfolded me and I smelt this, I would have said Intense Cafe, 100%. It smells like a Montale rose. So there's nothing here as far as quality goes versus the Montale Intense Cafe. And again, I only sampled that one. I don't have, you know, a huge Rolodex with Intense Cafe that I've worn it a million times, no. But with my limited thoughts on those fragrances, this one and that one, I would feel like this one's a little more 50-50. But I don't think anybody can say that this is higher quality than, no, I feel like as far as blending goes and scent profile and the major players in the scent profile, and those are things that a fragrance reviewer should be looking at, right? Major players, the quality of them. It's versus a Montale. Okay, is the rose on the same par or is it higher than the Montale? I would say they're on par. Coffee, the same, you know, quality-wise. You're not going to get anything more out of the coffee. However, the volume of the coffee is a little higher, which for coffee lovers like this guy, would I prefer this one over the Montale? Yes, it's a very slight variation, but that slight variation appeals more to me. Same family, 100%. If you own the Montale, could this be a redundant purchase? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that ambery, and there's a little bit of powderiness coming out of that ambery vanillic tone. So I'm starting to feel a little bit of that powder, so that might hit some people a little on the side there and go, I don't know if I like that. The honey, you know, which is an X factor, right? That is one of those notes that a lot of people gravitate, especially gourmand lovers, they gravitate towards a honey. Syrupy, no. It's not, you know, raw honey. It's not a major factor. It just makes the thing sweet. And I really feel like it does help the coffee and the gourmand aspect of the fragrance. I think those notes are really secondary notes to push, you know, the coffee note, which was in the Montale at 30%, more up to 50-50 with the rose and kind of balance things out. So at the end of the day, a good idea. Like, I'm kind of warming up to that idea, and I kind of want to start. This is kind of making me want to go back to those Montales and kind of see. Like, it's not a wow factor type of fragrance, but I feel like going back to those and kind of smell those again. Yeah, and I know Mancera has a few as well that I should be checking out because I haven't. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be as far as what the internet was saying. You know, yeah, it's right there with a Montale. So as far as, again, I didn't do the research on what this is retail. I think they're pretty pricey. However, I know that discounters touch these down to Montale level. Montales might be a little cheaper depending on which discounter you go to and which day and which promo you get. Some you might get a tester. So you have to be kind of calculated with your purchases, that you can be patient, wait, and you may find like a tester of this for $100, or if you're American, maybe under $100. I don't know. I know these Terenzis can run around 120, 150, give or take, at discounters if you do your research. Regularly, I'm seeing them in the high 100s, usually Canadian. I'm a Canadian, so that's the price points I get in my head here. So at the end of the day, it's okay. But if you own Montale Mancera coffee-based fragrances with a rose in it, redundant purchase, personally. Now, if you're looking to replace, you like the Intense Cafe and you like, I think the other one's Restero coffee, something rather. That one was more coffee centric, and that might be more of a better comparison to this one. And I think I smelt that one years ago though. Got to go back in the Rolodex. Anyway, and with the other florals in here, which has iris, yeah, but I am getting a little bit of that powderiness, so that might get some people. So Deluxe, I feel like saying Deluxe, but it ain't Deluxe. Deluxe cap issue. This is wood, 100% it's wood, and it's just painted black. That's why it's so light, so don't worry about that as far as quality. And these wooden caps might be handcrafted, and that might be the issue here. So we'll see what people say in the comments. It might just be me. And again, this is my first real, I got one in my hand. I've never had one of these gold bottles in my hand, so it's nice to see. Yeah, I don't know about this. But anyway, okay release. Like, I'm lukewarm. And again, with my channel, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the variations. So Not a bad release. I got this obviously at fragflex.com. You can too. Go check out Fragflex. I do have a code on there, TFG10. You get 10% off there. So go check them out. This will be there, obviously. And now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. What do you think about this particular release? And again, you could put it versus the Montale if you wish to do so. Maybe you own both and you can give your thoughts on it. And any suggestions on the Terenzi brand with these gold bottles. For me, that's gold. I always go back to my old videos to see suggestions when I do huge sample sprees, which you know I do. And it is a brand that I kind of want to discover a little bit more. And I know I'm seeing a pattern here. And you know me, like these niche brands, Parfum de Marly, this, among others, there's a lot of these inspired by brands niche that you can hear it in my voice. I'm just like, eh. But I want to give them chances upon chances, and there might be a few that I really like. So we'll see. And as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your rose coffee-based fragrance wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.